Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for watching. I was just sitting out here in my backyard. Normally I make videos in my garage, but this time I just decided to make a video outside. I was just thinking, as the title of the video you can see is minoxidil, Rogaine, Propecia, finasteride, hair loss stuff. Is it worth it after 40? Well, that's a good question. Something that I've thought about a lot over the last couple of years. I'm now 41. I'll be 42 in the summer, so call it 41 and a half, I guess. And I've been, struggling with male hair loss probably since my early 20s. Now I know it works because Propecia and all that. I was never a big fan of minoxidil. Back in my 20s, I took Propecia, had awesome results, probably for about 10 years. And then I just stopped taking it because I got married and I'm like, screw it. Who cares? It's done, But then I definitely regret that. I mean, I still have good coverage, here, and it's really back here that is my problem area. So, and I thought, over the years, and as a disclaimer, I did start it again. About 6 months ago. So, because it's super cheap now. I mean, I never really had any side effects from Propecia the first time, and this time that I can see, sex drive, all that stuff, I never had any of that stuff. I did start with minoxidil about 4 months ago. Some of my other channels, I'm trying to fill my cheeks in, doing the minoxidil beard here. But I don't know. I mean, that's a question that only you can answer. I think the effects are probably going to be a lot less than they were, I mean, I guess I started it probably, 18 years ago, maybe 17 years ago is when I really started, getting into hair loss stuff. Back then in the early 2000s, there wasn't a lot of information, internet, YouTube, and all that stuff. It was just barely starting. But I mean, it's all about how you feel. So for me, I feel like if I'm doing something, there's a chance, right? If I do nothing, there's no chance. It doesn't really take a lot of time. Obviously, everybody takes the finasteride at different times. I take mine at bedtime. I had the best results with that. I just felt like if that was the only thing basically in my system, my theory was, well, if I take it in the morning when I wake up, well, then I'm going to have coffee's going to go on it and orange juice and food and all this other stuff. So, I mean, it could dilute it. I don't know. It's just my weird logic. So I figured, well, if I took it at night, before I went to bed, then it's the only thing in my system. Maybe it has a better chance of working. I don't know. But that's what I did, and I still do that now. And again, I had really good results back then. But, as I got older and I started it, I really didn't see a lot of progress like I did back in my 20s. And obviously I lost a lot more hair since then. So I feel like, it's definitely not going to look like it did back then, because it really filled in. I mean, it really, really did. But, I'm still going to have some thinning and stuff. So I started with a derma roller. I did that last night, and I definitely see some improvement, or some some activity, let's say. Definitely some activity. I got the special derma roller for my face, which I did once so far on Wednesday, so I'm going to do that tomorrow, twice a week for that, once a week for the head, because the needles are a lot thicker, or longer, I should say. So, I mean, it's all about how you feel. If you don't care, like I was watching a video of a guy lost his hair, he just shaved it, and I've done that too. I mean, obviously you can see I sport pretty much a buzz cut now. Every once in a while I'll shave it to the skin, but I like to have just some color, and I just like to have that. I'm really hoping the minoxidil thing, again, I'm not, the problem I think in my case, as I mentioned on my other videos, I think the minoxidil, or the finasteride, I think, affected my beard growth, because it's counteracting what I'm trying to make more of. So DHT for the beard, less for the head. So if I'm suppressing it in my whole body, that means less is going, it's not going here where it should. Now, you know, I've always kind of had, I mean, it could have happened in my 20s. Obviously, I'm well past puberty now, so it's not like, well, give it time, it'll grow in. No, it's not going to grow in. I've not, just to see how much is there, because I know some hairs grow at different lengths. I went 6 months without shaving anything, no trims, other than, of course, my neck, but no mustache, no nothing, and it doesn't just come in. So, you know, I know a lot of videos I watch, guys are like, oh, you got to give it time. No, not for me, not for guy. If you're 30, I mean, if you're, I would say even 30 plus, there's no give it time. You know, yes, don't shave in a week, but I mean, you know, 3-4 months, what comes in, that's what you're getting. You know, it's not like in your 20s where there's a chance and it's still coming in. No, that's BS, in my opinion. Especially for me, again, I'm 41, so time is not going to fix this coming in, other than time of applying something. So we'll see if it works. I've tried it in the past. I gave up just because, again, I'm pretty lazy, honestly, when it comes to that stuff, to like doing remedies and shit. That's why Propecia I always did, because it was so easy. All I had to do was swallow a pill. It took literally 5 seconds to do that. And even then, sometimes I would forget at night. My memory ain't too good, so I would always forget. But I say, you know, if you're self-conscious, or if you just want to give it your all, at least you'll know. So do it if you want. Again, I'm not a doctor, you know, whatever, get a doctor's medical advice, all that stuff. It's over the counter, so at least the minoxidil is. But I just never was a fan of minoxidil on my head, just because, I don't know, I just didn't like doing it. But, you know, I'm hopeful. We'll see if it works. Again, I think the results are going to be much less apparent, at least for the scalp. I'm fairly confident with the beard. I think that's going to work. It might take a little bit longer, maybe because of the finasteride, but I think that's going to work. I mean, I definitely, you know, the only thing about cameras is it's, you know, phone cameras, it's very difficult to see vellus hairs. I have a ton, you know, over here, and then I have some coming in over here. So I definitely think that it will work, you know, but obviously I've got a lot of gray too in here, so that's going to be kind of interesting. You know, I was hoping it would be brown, and it still might be, because those hairs have never really been activated, so I could have a lot of, you know, our body hair dye, which is, these ran out now, but these ones have never been activated, so I don't know how it's going to look, but we'll see. So I'm hopeful. I definitely think that there is some truth to the minoxidil thing. I'm going to keep on that, you know, twice a day, do it in the morning. I'm not expecting fantastic results from the finasteride or the minoxidil for the head or for the face. I'm going to really, really try and be adamant about doing it, you know, every day, and then doing the head thing once a week, and, you know, to really see if it in fact works, or what results I can get. I have some, you know, before and after pictures, or before pictures. I'm not going to get crazy and do all that. I will with the face, I mean, just to see, because I have a couple videos already where you can see what my beard looks like. I think actually one of my videos on my channel shows that time that I just grew my whole face out without trimming or shaving, and had a mustache and all that. So check that out so you can see what I look like when I don't shave for like 6 months. Other than that, you know, I wish you guys luck on your journey. If you are, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.